realize there's just some ghostly figure standing over me in the corner. If that's not you, I do hope it's you. Okay. I am back for another very normal morning of challenges, I hope. Let's see what we can find. That is, if we're not immediately attacked by a group of toxic moonshiners. I am hoping at this point that I might actually be entirely separated from the game chat. I think I've turned it off. Oh, is that a raccoon? That's adorable. Hello, buddy. Hello, my dear friends. My dear, dear friends. Ooh. Coyotes? Lovely. What a fantastic morning. Out here with all of our wildlife friends. Why I insist on holding this. There we go. Good morning, Klaus. What is that? I don't recall seeing that icon, actually, before now. Doesn't appear to be a hideout. I'm curious. Let's find out. Engage in moonshiner content to benefit your mission. Okay, I guess we're in a fight.
You're dying today!
Where am I? No, thank you. Great. Sorry, my friend. Sorry about your legs and back.
I can't wait to see it! Oh!
Oh, that's bad. Mostly bad of me not being any sort of cover, but still bad. Quite the shock. That Harry's just been popping lanterns. I can't tell. Well, that was exciting. So I'm not sure if that was just an ambient bootlegger mission. That has not happened to me before. But I'll take it. Gladly. Okay, I have not even checked. Please, stop holding your rifles. Not even checked what the daily challenges are. Just keep getting excited by dots on the map. Just grab this guy. Check. There we go. Just in case. 10 sets. Alright. Just in case. So, what do we have on tap today? Shopping Tumbleweed, visit Kotera. That's really about it. Might be able to get a batch of moonshine off before work begins, I suppose. Be our best bet. Otherwise, it's just a couple of places we should fast travel to, I suppose. Go ahead and get one of these kicked off while I'm in the area. little show leap for you there. Lovely. Okay. So we will run down to the Moonshiner's shack briefly and actually start a batch of our own to sell later. Which means we will get to speak with our friend Marcel. I can hardly contain my excitement. Always a good day when you get to speak to Marcel. I'm, however, going to take over the writing duties for this point. It's enough. Auto drive. Collectible item in the outhouse, it seems. With what I'm sure isn't a clear omen of death. I'm sure that's not a clear sign. Those tarot cards, by the way, if I haven't explained it, are part of the collector roll, and if you get the whole set of, for example, the suit of wands or the suit of cups or whatever it would be, you can sell complete sets, usually for around $200 to $300, and it's just a great time. A great time will be had by all. So that is why I'm making such a point to go out of my way there. Just so you know. Oh, ghostly figure in the corner. I did have occasion, I believe it was off-screen, to change out of our big winter coat again, by the way. I'm wearing a nice red outfit to fit with the title. Some titular red. And here we are back at our sweet, sweet speakeasy. Home sweet speakeasy. See if it lets me in any faster this time. Standing out in the cold draft for days. See if Miss Maggie pops in. Whoa! Like a ghost from beyond, she has returned. Hey, Miss Maggie. Good to see you. Still know how to make an entrance, I see. So let's check what the price for materials is here. May be high, or that ambient river event may have lowered it for us. I'm not sure. Not bad at all. I don't believe that's the cheapest, necessarily. But, it is a good price. I'm tempted to get strong moonshine, but that does take, as advertised, the full 48 minutes in real time. I may have 48 minutes, but, and I'm just finally checking the chat. It is quite early. I do hope there is coffee nearby. So let's instead go for just a weak moonshine. We'll play a weak hand. At least it's stronger than water, he says, apparently. I think the challenge in question was for a special recipe, which I'm assuming is one of the 3-star recipes here. One of which is still locked to all of us. Apparently there was some glitch with this one. It was supposed to be available as a free roam mission somewhere, but there was a glitch with the cooldown on it, according to Twitter. But it was just fixed yesterday or something, so I might actually be seeing that one out and about in the world at this point. But for now, let's just do... Oh... I can't decide between Wild Creek and Spiced Island. Let's do Wild Creek. Vanilla flower and creek plum. That sounds lovely. So you can see in the very bottom left there, it's giving us a timer for when the buyers will reset. That's like, there's a group of people who are currently looking for this flavor of moonshine, but that will change in 43 minutes. But luckily our moonshine will be done in 24 or whatever it was, so we won't have to worry about the transition. And we will have some lovely vanilla flavored, weak moonshine to sell. Cost-effective, timely, and won't put anyone into a coma. I'll call that a success. Check in briefly with our friends who are slowly forgetting their troubles. Good for you all. I changed this back into refined decor, I believe. So now you can pinky up to your heart's content as you're moonshining. Not to worry. Okay, so let's check this again. We'll hog Marcel's personal space. So a muskie is some type of river fish, if I'm remembering correctly. We may be able to catch one of those, but I would not remember where to look, if I'm honest with you. Red sage, I believe, is an herb down in the desert areas, which is where tumbleweed is, but that's fair. Okay. Sorry, Marcel. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of something. And Kotera, I believe, is way, way on the other side of the world entirely, states away, but is a lovely, lovely spot to visit. So I'm not sure if we'll go for any of those, but we may have time while our moonshine is spinning up. Yeah, let's see if we can find a fast travel station and maybe get to Kotera. Go on a little adventure across the world. Whoa. Hello. So I know there is a fast travel post at Manzanita, which is just up the road here. Oh, I can't seem to avoid trees. So let us just jump over there, and then I'll check the map to see where the nearest travelable spot to Kotera might be. Maybe the Wapiti Indian Reservation. Sure. Let's check. So we are all the way down here in Great Plains, the state of West Elizabeth, and this is the desert area of New Austin here, the city of Tumbleweed, which it wants us to go to, on the far left side there. And then these San Luis River is the border there between Mexico and New Austin. I believe it's called New Paradiso in this, whatever you would call it. And Kotera Springs, if I'm remembering correctly, yes, is way, way up here to the north. A lovely hot spring and noted wolf hangout. Wolves of all shapes and sizes enjoy to gnaw on your ankle bones, for hours at Kotera Springs. So I do believe you can fast travel to Wapiti. Let us try it. we go. $6. I will accept the great burden of cost. The great, great $6 burden of cost. Oh, how heavily it weighs upon my $6. But it's over now. Decision made. I guess I may as well not run there, since Klaus is standing right next to me, looking forlorn, dejected, and abandoned. Seems to be an occasional pickup around here, a collector's item. Oh, that is a nice spot for a player camp. Lovely. Okay, but no easy collector's items to be seen. At least. So we will move on in life. I believe just down the road here we should find our hot springs. I don't believe I have any sort of a bathing attire, which is a shame. Maybe I could use a few of these berries to fashion myself a quick string bikini, but it's not looking likely. A nice loincloth made out of sage and wintergreen leaves. So here we are in lovely Kotera Springs. A very unique and beautiful location, as most places are in this fantastic game. And if memory serves, this is a very kind gentleman from the single-player campaign who teaches Arthur a few things about fishing and hunting giant boars, and his lovely horse, whose name I'm forgetting, but is an important part of my single-player journey. Can come both for the hot springs themselves and for the lovely and mysterious rock formations that flank them. There's something for everyone here at Kotera Springs. So it's really a bit of an easy challenge. I'm not sure if we'd be better served to run right back up to the reservation and fast travel back out of here or not. But one thing I might check real quick is occasionally there's a roaming traveling merchant of sorts / quest giver named Madame Nazar, who has become strangely important to the lore of Rockstar Games here. She's now appeared in both, this and GTA. And occasionally she can camp just to the south here. Excuse me for 1 second. Yikes. I got attacked by the morning sneezes there. I do apologize. Make sure the microphone is back. So I may just run down to Window Rock, as I was saying, to see if Madame Nazar is there, since we're so close. There's usually a way to look up where she is currently online, but I'm trying not to cheat. So we'll just give a quick mission of curiosity here down to the riverside. See if we can find any traveling fortune tellers. While we're out here roaming around the countryside, Marcel should be hard at work on our Wild Creek Moonshine still. There's a similar story with the trader path rather than Moonshiner. That all takes place at your personal camp. You have a gentleman named Cripps who sets up your camp and does your dishes and makes your bed. He's a lovely mother. And he runs a butcher stall out of camp called the Cripps Trading Company, where if you bring him bits and pieces, odds and ends from various animals, he will taxidermy them right up proper, and you can then sell them to town, much like the moonshine. So both of those, I really like the mechanic behind them, that you can kind of drop off some supplies or get a batch started and then go do your own thing, and they'll keep working without you. Kind of a nice way to keep juggling a lot of different things. I don't know if this is an actual shortcut or not. Let me check. I may be better served to just go all the way under the bridge. Wow, I've gone so far. Pardon me, I was just rambling and probably could have found a better way to head. But since we've gone this far out of our way, let's just stick to the waypoint. We're almost there. Let's get a little of that cinematic camera in. Oh, that's the good stuff. That's the cinematic camera. So I am very sure that even after all of this this wandering, we will not find Madame Nazar. That would be too easy. But here we are. This is a very tricky part of the map. There's a lot of cliffs and sudden drop-offs and rivers and things to get in your way up in this area. So occasionally the GPS, for lack of a better word, can be a little wonky. And you have to know, oh, I'd better jump down this cliff instead of following it. But I've not been paying enough attention for that sort of thing. Shamefully. There's the river. We're finally down on even terms here. And yes, no caravan to be seen. I think it's usually parked right over there. But oh well, it was worth a shot while we were in the area. I am hearing the sound of collector item, however. Collector's items, perhaps plural. Lovely. This is actually the exact kind of rare collectible alcohol that other recipe I was thinking of, the spiced island moonshine, takes, but I was worried about using up a rum, so there we go. Now we don't need to worry. I'm going to jump across the river and head into Valentine here momentarily, though not that way. That would be a mistake. I'm just going to check over here. There we go. I'll get myself up out of the cliff area, and then I won't need to worry so much about the twisty turnies. Darn those twisty turnies. Oh, this is just lovely. Lovely area. Give Klaus a short bath here, as we're enjoying the rustly sound of the water. I am, at least. I shouldn't speak for you. Just let him navigate the cliffside path here himself while I check the chat. Just in case. Are there any burning questions? Oh, good. No burning just yet. It is not even 7 a.m. here where I am. I couldn't tell you why I'm up and about, adventuring at such an ungodly hour. But here I am. And here we are. We've arrived at the end of the waypoint. So I'm just going to head down the way a touch here to the city of Valentine. Or the town of Valentine, I guess it could be called. Probably one of the earliest actual towns you come across in the game. Pardon me while I sneeze again. Ahem. And to get off track, there we go. So this is probably the earliest town you find during the single-player campaign. Oh, that kind of felt like a... Yes. Not only is there a slight sound, you may be able to hear it, there's that whoosh sort of thing, as well as a tinkly, sparkly sound, but these also vibrate the controller just a little bit. So you have the sense as you're racing by that there may be something hidden here. Is what just happened to me, at least. So Valentine is up on this ridge, plateau. I'm not a geologist, and surrounded on all sides by these very, very beautiful snow-capped mountains in the distance. So from just about anywhere in town, you have this amazing view. It's a very nice little spot. So I can't recall if there was anything to cook today. Let me check the challenge list. There's usually a nice free campfire here in Valentine. Nope, no cookables. Well, alright. It's a bit of a disappointment, but I can accept it. If we could just find one more tarot card, we'd be in pretty good shape for that one, though. I wonder if anyone else is holding out on me.
Been a while. You ain't been seeing
There's
no
often something in this hotel.
breaking through the wood pile.
Guess that's just
You shot at some kids? What? This is a dark time for humanity. Shooting at kids. Okay, so that does not look like a tarot card. And apparently I'm full. Okay. I think you can have even with the rare collectible items, I think you can only have 10 of them at a time. So this is like some family heirloom boxwood comb or something that I already have 10 of. And it will not help me. But it is very nice. What a lovely decoration. Yes, that is my tagline. Sewell P., not a geologist. Also, not an expert and not awake most of the time. It's probably why I'm not either a geologist or an expert at anything. If only I was awake. So let's give a quick gallop about and see if we feel any more buzzing that may be tarot card related. town has just about everything, too. Not every town has a doctor, which you can sell herbs to for spare cash, as well as buying tinctures and poultices of all sorts. It also has a gunsmith here. I think there's really only like 2 or 3 of those spread around the entire game.
So, what are you aiming for today?
Aiming for? So on brand. You with your puns and jokes. Okay. So I think I have a coupon or something I got recently, which sounds strange in the Old West, but I got a coupon, and it is for a free weapon component or something like that. But I'm trying to think if I even have any unmodified weapons at this point that I have not already fully decked out. Let's check the Navy revolver.
Why don't we enhance your gun?
I've fully decked it
How
out,
much more it can do?
it seems.
You know what? I bet I can make this piece work a lot better for you. Bolts, triggers, parts, back here.
I don't think you can, actually. That's what we were just talking about here before you interrupted. So maybe I will not get use of my coupon just yet. Oh, that guy's horse is lovely. Wearing a skull mask. So I will make use of my coupon later. No big deal. Moonshine is still being made. We're probably getting close to it being done. And I should head back there. So let's jump to Tumbleweed and get that taken care of. And then we'll go back to our shack and speak with Marcel and see how he has Frenchly progressed. Quite Frenchly, I hope. I could be an expert in not being awake. That is a lovely thought that I'm very appreciative of. I feel competent for the first time. Okay, $8 to Tumbleweed, so we're running up quite a tab here today, but the reward is gold, which just has a shinier quality than cash money, so I'm okay with it. I'd be even more okay with it if I had been maintaining my streak and was getting the full amount of gold, but now I just sound greedy. So this is the desert town of Tumbleweed, out here by the mining community of Gaptooth Ridge. It also has a gunsmith, but is not lucky enough to have a doctor. It is lucky enough to maybe have a tarot card. I don't know what else an item would be that's sitting that precariously on the railing, so it must be a tarot card. Yes, so that will give us another one, I believe. 2 birds. Can't pass up an opportunity to sprain your groin, especially this early in the morning. So, tarot cards found. I guess it was specifically a shop in Tumbleweed. I might not have gotten close enough, but let me check. No, back here. Visited a shop in Tumbleweed. I must have gone close enough to the butcher that it unlocked. So, on to the Moonshiner Shack. Fast traveling, as per usual, ruins the effect of traveling across the land yourself in real time and being realistic and immersed in the game. I've spoiled that all for you. But we got gold for it. Is the thing. My desperate fervor for shinies should tell you about where my financial situation is. in life and in Red Dead. So I think I did see the notification pop up that this is done and ready while we were down in the desert, getting the sand in our boots.
Good to see you.
And good to see you, Miss Fike.
Okay then, good.
One of these days I'm gonna trip down those stairs, I swear. They have a secret animation built in for that. Okay, Marcel. Tell me what you have for me. Is it delicious? Is it highly offensive?
Welcome, welcome. You are well? We have an important delivery today. The buyer might not look sophisticated, but they have ordered the very best we have to offer. Please, treat them with respect, eh? We want them
I always
to
do.
come back. Drive carefully, no theatrics.
Okay, now I can't promise no theatrics. I also cannot promise that I won't crash, but Marcel, I will do my very best, I assure you. So now we have a heavily laden wagon full of fragile combustibles. Every delivery man's dream. We'll have to see if they will allow us through, or if the revenue service that we've tangled with before will be out and about. Who knows? Looks like we're crossing, we're going to go out of West Elizabeth here to the south, through Thieves' Landing, and then on to McFarland's Ranch, which is sort of halfway to the desert from here, basically. So it's not the super short journey I was hoping, but should be doable. The problem with cinematic camera, as I go into it, is that it gets rid of your mini-map, and then you can't tell if there are enemy ambushes ahead or enemy red dots coming from behind. You have to listen for such things, or use your eyeballs, like some sort of, I don't know, human person. I much prefer the robot map, but okay. So we will hope that no one's after us this soon into it, and just enjoy some cinematic views. But if you hear anything, let me know. Oh good, that one, they didn't mind. Occasionally at those checkpoints they'll have you stop, and then they'll come up and peek in the back of your wagon, and all hell breaks loose. If you'll pardon my Marcel speak. That's putting an awful lot of guilt, undeservedly, on Marcel, for which I apologize. He's not here to defend himself. But the language that comes out of that man's mouth, I tell you, savagery. So I think that river officially denotes the crossing into New Austin proper. Close to it. And McFarland's Ranch is not far past the river. He says as the wagon slows to a crawl, and it takes so long to get there. Here we're coming into it now, just across this dry gulch. Welcome to McFarland's Ranch. Please, please enjoy your moonshine. It's my privilege. Marcel will be pleased that we took care of his babies, his sweet alcoholic children. And I do believe I heard a collectible item, yes. Ooh, okay, we just hit, sorry for the brief excitement. I don't know what happened there. That club reward notification just told me we hit 90 out of 100. In very brief, there are these occasional things called outlaw passes that are like separate from your level and your role levels, moonshiner, etc. You have this outlaw pass you can become a part of, and then it tracks while you're gaining experience, and it gives you various awards while it's active. So it's like from now until March, there's a new reward level active. It's one of those things. And one of the rewards for this tier of it, I believe, is a husky dog, which is the best award you could really ask for. But maybe I'm misremembering. Huh. Or maybe the icon is not what I'm expecting here. Let me check around. After all of that excitement. Now I've completely lost it. I could have sworn it was the reward for hitting rank 90. There it is. That is definitely not the icon I was expecting. So I'm just completely missing it. But yes, there we go. So I have now unlocked for the very first time the husky dog, which is what I was hoping to get for my camp. I've been holding off buying a dog for my camp until I had that unlocked. So that makes me happy. And I'm glad you were here to see it. Let's see if we can even get our camp set up and then take advantage of this new unlock. Where is it now? Not too far, just back above the Moonshine Shack. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And I think we should have enough money, etc., to go for it. Let us get our canine companion involved. Unlike something like Fallout, where your canine companion would follow you all around, getting in your way in doorways. Pardon me. I believe the husky will just stay in camp and protect crypts and perhaps warn us. Because I believe if you have like a big store of animal materials that you have not sold yet from Crypt's butcher stall, bandits can come and raid you and try to take your pelts and skins, which is quite unfortunate. But if you have a dog guarding your camp, he will give you early warning of this event, which I'm sure would help significantly. So I have not had one this whole time, and have had to fight the bandits myself, alone and unwarned. But now I will have a sweet, soft furball companion to help. This is my hope. Looks like there may be an active hideout here. Let's take advantage while we're passing by. Though I must warn you again, it may get violent. May meaning it's certainly about to get violent. There's no other option. That is a lot of health, sir. There you go. I'm proud of you, but if you could also just die, that'd be great. You're gonna eat my liver hot? That's too far. Eat my liver cold would be one thing. Ah, that was the leader. Oops. Oh well. With these hideouts, you're typically supposed to kill everyone but the leader, and then you have a little choice as to what you want to do. I just made that choice in the form of exploding his brains all over the place. Another player helping out on the hideout. It's very kind of him. There's the arm. Perfect. Thank you for your help, sir. I appreciate that. Make sure I leave a few of these bodies for him here. I think he took care of a good half of that. Enjoy your spoils. I will get out of your way. But that was fun. Alright. Heading up to camp. A husky dog in mind. Distracted briefly by hideouts, but nothing to worry about. The seeming contrast here between the absolute jaw-dropping beauty of this game, the environment, the lighting, everything about it is just aesthetically pleasing, shall we say, combined with the sheer brutality and visceralness of both the environment and the time period that we're in, and then the actual combat mechanics, etc. is very interesting. You're always kind of flip-flopping between a war zone and camping, basically. And it's quite satisfying in a strange way. Every time you get bored of the beautiful scenery, there's another massive gunfight to take care of, and every time you're sick of gunfights, there's some beautiful scenery. They kind of nailed it. So we should have to cross just one more river, and then the camp will be on the opposite shore of it, I believe. And there are the lights now. So, I believe there is a Wilderness Outfitters store that Cripps also sort of runs, from which we should be able to buy the dog in question. Let's check.
Just let me know what you need.
Oh, perfect. Not that there is anything wrong with any of these lovely, lovely dog breeds, but I have been holding out for a husky just because look at that husky. Come on. So I would like gray, yes, and beautiful. I even get to name the dog. Pope. That's my dog.
I'd rather pet a pig.
Hey now. Let's be nice, Cripps. Okay, I've got all that. Blah, blah, blah.
Let me know
Let's
if
see
there's
if I
anything
can
else
get
you
some
need.
pets in. I know what you're waiting for. I'm on it. Alright, where'd you go, buddy? Hope. It's good to meet you. And I will, of course, give you a pat. Oh, yes. Well, that's just the best day. That's the best day ever. Okay, you be good. I'll bring back some treats for you. Often. Early and often. So that is lovely. I'm glad you were here to see that. I've been waiting for quite some time to have access to a nice husky dog. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything super easy here. I'm sure I always am. I really should have, I think if I'd gone just a bit east, or whatever it is, from Tumbleweed, I probably could have found some red sage. But I didn't do that, and now we're back up out of the desert. So, oh well. Next time. I suppose that's good for now. Though I am hesitant to leave you. I appreciate your patience and your time in coming along with me for these little adventures. It has been fun. All right. Bye for now. Thank you as always for your kind attention.